Is yoga good for anxiety? Stick around and find out. Hi everyone, I'm Spira. Welcome to my channel where I like to teach yoga, talk about yoga, and other ways of self-care and self-healing. So today's topic is whether yoga can help you with anxiety or not. The quick answer is yes, yoga can help you with anxiety. Is it evidence-based? Yes. In fact, Boston University conducted a lot of studies recently and have published even more recently specifically about anxiety and depression. And actually two of the master teachers that I have trained with participated in those studies, and that was how I even knew about it in the first place, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me tell you the most basic way that yoga helps with anxiety. Many yoga poses, and also the way that we breathe in yoga, if you do the breathing properly. Now, not everyone does. Some people will just breathe normally when they practice yoga. However, if you practice what we call Ujjayi breath, and Ujjayi breath is what some people call ocean breath, or I like to call it Darth Vader breath sometimes. And that type of breathing is actually by using some of the muscles of the throat to constrict the breath a little bit, so it almost sounds like you're fogging a mirror. So it sounds something like this. And when you're practicing yoga, you breathe in and out that way through your nose. I'm going to tilt my head so that the mic will pick it up. So listen to what it sounds like. Now, for some people, it can be difficult to breathe in that way, and it does take a long time to get used to it. And also, if you're a trauma survivor, it might take you some time as well. I'm a trauma survivor, and I can do it, but it wasn't always easy, and it took me some time to work up to it. However, I'm so glad that I did, because now, basically, as soon as I start practicing, I start to breathe in that way. It's just become a habit. So the Ujjayi breath, it does one of the things that it does, it slows down our breathing, which is really good for us anyway, but also we tend to elongate the exhales when we breathe in that way. Now, when you elongate your exhalation, or when your exhalation is a little bit longer than your inhalation, that actually activates what's called the parasympathetic nervous system. And in our bodies, as part of the autonomic nervous system, we have the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. When you're anxious, you are stuck in your sympathetic nervous system. That's called the fight or flight response. And to ease that anxiety, what we want to do is activate the parasympathetic nervous system, so that if you're up here buzzing and anxious and freaking out, activating your parasympathetic nervous system helps to calm you down and bring you back to a normal baseline. That's the goal. Now, there are a lot of different ways to do that. One of them is through the breath, but there are also some poses that will do that for you as well. Now, not all of the poses. There are some poses that are more active and will activate your sympathetic nervous system and get you revved up. But at the same time, there are also plenty of yoga poses that do the opposite. So just as a quick suggestion, here are two poses you can do to ease your anxiety very, very quickly. One of them is child's pose, which I know everyone has heard of, and the other one is legs up the wall. And if you're not sure what that looks like, you can either Google it or you can watch my video on 5 ways to regulate your nervous system. All of this boils down to regulating the nervous system. Easing your anxiety is done by regulating your nervous system, and that can be done in a number of ways. So if you're interested in learning more about that specifically, to learn more tools in regulating your nervous system, I literally have 3 videos about that specific topic, so please check those out. Otherwise, the yoga poses that I mentioned, if that's enough for you, great, just go with that. Keep in mind, though, that I only mentioned 2. There are many more yoga poses that are great for anxiety, and I actually plan on creating a course, like an 8-week course for people who suffer from anxiety. So maybe stay tuned for that information. And you can also check out my website and get on the mailing list for that, because I do plan on having a lot more digital offerings. I am teaching yoga right now live, not in my studio. I'm still closed because of the pandemic, and I'm fine with that. And I'm teaching on Zoom, and I'm teaching outside here in Cambridge, Massachusetts when the weather is nice. But you don't have to be here in Cambridge. I am on the East Coast, so with your time zones, if it fits your schedule, just take an online class and see what you think. And if you're not sure, just check out my videos. I have a lot of free classes that you can try. In fact, I've recorded some of my Zoom classes so that you can have an opportunity to try yoga for free. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope that if you do suffer from anxiety, because God, anxiety sucks, I know, because I have it too, then I do hope that you'll consider adding yoga to your toolbox as a way to become healthier and happier eventually. So if you liked this video and you thought it was helpful, please hit the like button so that other people might get to see it too. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. And I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you'll join me again. And I hope you have a beautiful day, and namaste.